Good morning. Good morning. All right, for you on the podcast, welcome back from the commercial. For the video, welcome. This is interesting. I'm kind of enjoying this, even though it has and is being a challenge, and that's good. Challenges are good. Challenges make us grow. You have to challenge yourself. Uh, as I discussed in the first topic this morning, and if you're just watching this video, you're hearing it for the first time, but not the first time I've ever said it because it's all about awareness. What did I write down this morning? Breathe, be aware, be in control. Then you have to ask yourself, does this serve me? What do I want? And can I change it? Uh, when it comes specifically to controlling your health, it was a challenge for me. If you follow me for a little while, you know I've changed. Excuse me. Changed the name of the diet plan, my weight loss deal here, and I don't care for the initial thought of a diet, how people look at a diet, but that's the most popular term. And a diet is just simply if you look it up in Webster's, they say it's what a group of people or society eats for their food, and that's all a diet is what you eat. There's different types of diets, right? There's diets to gain weight, to lose weight, to gain muscle, to there's certain diets for people with certain uh, health issues. So what I came to realize is for me, everything is about the fundamentals because in a way, in certain areas, I'm lazy, and maybe it's not lazy is the right word. I like things easy and simple. And a lot of times I find that it is because a lot of things I do seems extra and very complex and very deep. But sometimes I think you have to go there to get to simple. So, one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing is so you don't have to go deep, so you can just keep it simple, keep it fundamental. I'm trying to dispel some of the myths, some of the misconceptions. You get it, and it's a lot of times it's done innocently. People are misleading, but it's innocent. And I've noticed over the years a lot of weight loss. It's not about counting calories. It's not about this. It, Mostly it's a play on words. So I say that I don't try to debate, argue, or convince anybody of anything, but in a way I am because I'm trying to convince you of how simple it is and what the truths are. Can you lose weight without exercising? Yes. Do most programs suggest exercising? Yes. Do most doctors suggest exercising? Yes. I think exercising is a fundamental necessity in life, period. Whether you're losing weight, gaining weight, whatever, just to maintain your health. You don't know how many people, how many houses I go to assemble stuff, and I'm assembling fitness equipment for people that are 60, 70, 80 years old because their bodies are deteriorating. And if they want to maintain a, a decent way of living, being able to walk and get around on their own, they've realized that they've got to move their bodies. So you can get ahead of it. Just like the coronavirus here, you can get ahead of the curve because it's coming. Your body will deteriorate. That's what happens. And exercise prolongs that. My goal is to go sliding into the grave. I want to go full speed. And, things slow down, but you don't have to let your body deteriorate anyway. So that's exercising. That's the number one thing. Basically, fundamentally, your body is you burn calories and you put calories in, right? You need food to function and operate. So I mean, one of the analogies I use is, a car, a gas tank. If the gas tank was able to expand, if you just kept filling it up, it would just get bigger and bigger. And until you drove the car and used some of that gas, it wouldn't go back down. Same thing, in a little bit of a reverse, your bank account. If when you go into debt and your debt gets bigger and bigger until you pay it down, it's not going to go down. Same thing with calories. That's you going into debt. You putting on more calories, and if you don't burn it, they stay there. Then they turn into fat and do other things to your body. So the whole premise behind the fundamental diet is to be aware of what you're eating, figure out what your metabolism is, because all these apps and programs and machines that tell you how many calories you burn, that's based off of a formula. And it gives you a foundation to fundamentally figure out how many calories you're burning, but everybody's different, right? Some people have a high metabolism, some people have a slower metabolism, and there's different things that cause that, and that goes into deeper issues. But fundamentally, if you burn more calories than you take in, you should lose weight. There are different ways to do it. Uh, and you can start off just by tracking. The fundamental diet plan is a plan, and then you track your results. It's not tracking what you eat because to me I can see the point for it. But if I track and then I hit 2,000 calories by noon, then I'm like, oh, what do I do? Stop eating? No, what I like to do is plan what I'm going to eat, how many calories. You don't have to plan exactly what you're going to eat, and it's just a plan. It's just a fundamental plan just to get you through the day. But let's say you want to eat 4 times a day. You want to do 2,000 calories. You want to eat 4 times a day. You pick your times, a time frame, and say I'll have 500 calories at this time, 500 calories to, and when you go to eat, just check and see how many calories there are. And if you want to put it in the app or whatever, and then the next day you track your results. Well, how do we track our results? That's why when people say the scale, oh, don't use the scale, use the scale. The scale is just a tool, right? I mean, you weigh what you weigh. Now, there are variables at what time of day you weigh yourself, if it's water weight, blah, blah, blah. But once you're consistent, you weigh yourself in the morning, try to do it at the same time every day, and use that number. So if you're consistent with how many calories you take in each day, the only other variable is what type of exercise are you doing? Track it. Did you work out hard today? Did you work out at all? Then you track the results the next day and you make adjustments. You learn your body in that fashion, and then you'll know. You'll be able to eat what you want when you want because you'll make the adjustments that you need to do. But you have to exercise. And I'm coming up with some stuff to help. You have to get a routine. Routines are a challenge because things always come up. But if there's certain things in your life that you get used to doing and make a routine and then let the controlled chaos outside of that happen, uh, I believe meditation and visualization in the morning, having a morning routine, and having an evening routine. And if you can fit your exercise in there or in the middle of the day or wherever, you just make it a priority, make those things happen, and let everything else. And it may have to shift. My schedule is different every day, and it's very easy to get lax and to miss it. So I try to get a small workout every morning. That way I know I've gotten that in. And then 30 minutes in the afternoon, in the evening, whenever I get off work or whatever, you try to plug that in. It's 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes out of 24 hours. You can do it. All right, that's it for this test for the podcast. We'll take another commercial break and we'll come back with Attracting Prosperity 101. For you guys, I love you, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.